welcome. We are here. I'm not sure when I'm gonna upload this on. Actually, I might upload.
YouTube, man.
I have 2 different YouTube channels. I started a second one for sports only, but
what's it called?
It's called Hardcore Casual Sports Network.
You gotta work on these names.
One is just the boys, and the other one is Hardcore Casual Sports Network. I might go with Hardcore Casual Sports Network on the upload. Actually,
I like that.
Yeah, I might just stick with that one.
Let's look at the player props.
All right, so firstly, we're gonna talk about the Minnesota game, Minnesota versus Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, boss, what happened last night?
I think what happened is that the Minnesota Timberwolves got really discouraged. You know, they weren't getting the whistle the way that they wanted to. Their main guy, he went out early in the game for even if it was only 5-10 minutes. He was still kind of hurt for a lot of the game.
Yeah, I was thinking about Ant. How much did he score that game?
He had 18.
Yeah, which is underwhelming for Ant, but it's also with the injury, it's kind of understandable.
Yeah.
See,
shot a lot of
Julius
threes.
Randles fell back in his shell, bro. He was cooking.
Yeah, he was cooking in the first half.
He was cooking.
Oh, man. I really want Ant to succeed, but I'm kind of a hater. A little bit, a little bit of a doubter.
You don't think he's the next?
You don't think
I kind of knew that this performance, last night, was not going to be anything
Damn.
I was more looking towards Shea than Ant, for sure. I knew Shea was going to have a bigger game.
Yeah, even he shot 38%. I think they both shot.
Well, okay,
38%.
he had a bad start, but
he had a really bad first half.
Yeah, the second half,
which was really... also his thing with Denver. Is he had a much better second half where he scored 25 of his 38 points in the second half.
Yeah, it's pretty frustrating. I hate to watch it. It's so annoying. It's
especially when he's not even making the layups in the beginning. He just gets the foul and it bails him out.
Oh, let's get into the foul thing. I was I'm always gonna give everybody the benefit of the doubt, especially with the fouling, where it's you know what, maybe it's just he draws fouls. Maybe that's just what he does. Yeah. But the fouls that he was that were getting called on him last night.
You just can't help but think that anywhere but in OKC's stadium, he's not getting that call.
Maybe.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's unethical hoops, but I respect it. To an extent.
The one on Jaden McDaniels, he brushed his shoulder against his hip. Jaden McDaniels was just backing down.
Shea literally rammed his shoulder into Jaden McDaniels' hip.
Yeah.
And because of that, he fell down. And then there was another one where it was an inbounds play. And he had fallen because Anthony Edwards was kind of on him, but at first I was oh, he definitely fouled him. And then they replayed it, and I was just no
contact.
I don't think so. I don't think there was any real legitimate contact. Most of it's just him falling over himself.
When he feels the second he feels contact, he goes down.
Maybe.
But I was talking to Garcia today, and he did bring up an interesting point, which is
shit, I forgot about the fan, bro. Can you turn off the fan? That's definitely
he brought up an interesting point, which is the fouling. It's just unbearable to watch now with the fouling in general. Not just with SJ, just fouling.
Interesting. And this is coming from Garcia, who doesn't really tap into it that much. So
no. Well, he said that's kind of wise because it slows down the game too much, and he's not interested.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
I respect that he's abusing the system, kind of, you know. What
yeah,
I mean?
it's almost you gotta hit.
Someone has to expose how shitty the refs are for there to be real change.
I don't think he's doing it for
No, I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying it's good that I respect when someone takes a game to the highest level, even if it's unethical.
Yeah, he just wants to win.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he just wants to win.
Yeah.
But that was frustrating.
You know what I asked Owen was, what would this win mean for SJ? What does that put him at?
Well, he won MVP. He just won MVP.
Oh, they announced it?
Yeah, they just announced it.
I heard somebody say MVP, and I was like, is it really official?
No, yeah, they just announced it.
Wow.
So I guess
stupid.
him, maybe not even the fouling, but just him turning it up in the second half. Maybe that's enough to name him the MVP. You know?
I don't know, bro.
Maybe. Make a bit of a statement game.
I think
his team blew out the Nuggets in the last game.
I think his plus minus differential when he's on and off the court for the postseason has been negative.
Really? He's worse when they're on?
Yeah.
Really?
7.
Honestly, I could see that. I don't know if that's true. We'll pull that up later.
I mean, yeah.
We got a fact check here.
Fact check me, bro. I mean,
we'll get on that.
Instagram is known to push a lot of propaganda.
SGA. Net rating, you said?
Yeah, his plus minus.
For the postseason.
For the postseason.
Although last night maybe changed that because I think I saw his plus minus was 23.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case though, because, bro, that OKC team is just so good. They're just so deep, and
whoa,
it's like they really don't need him. They really don't need him.
They're capitalizing on turnovers and they're scoring in transition. I mean, how many times have you seen like Jalen Williams like alone and just runs down the court and dunks it, or SGA like attacking a single defender in the paint? Like it's like so much of their points come off of their opponent's mistakes.
Yeah, it's true.
Which I think didn't like the Timberwolves have like a shit ton of turnovers in the first quarter. I think like
7-2 in the first quarter.
Yeah,
7-2.
Yeah, 7 Timberwolves.
I mean that's just Oklahoma City doing what it does.
Alex Caruso had a couple like sneaky hands in there, but he's such a good defender.
He is a really good defender,
Caruso
but I was
Jalen Williams. They're always just in the wrong spot.
Most of I wanted to talk about Lou Dort, bro.
Oh.
I feel like if Lou Dort was on the Minnesota Timberwolves, he would have fouled out. Like by the first half, maybe.
Yeah.
By the first half, by the third quarter, because Jaden McDaniels did. I think he fouled out like in the beginning. I don't know if it was the beginning of the fourth.
7 minutes left in the fourth.
Oh man, that's
something like that.
That's rough.
Yeah,
and that's like a guy who a lot of those fouls, like we said, were like not the best.
Questionable because he was on Shea. Yeah. He was Shea's main guard.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like,
it's really frustrating.
Very convenient.
And then Lou Dort, like fucking. I don't know. I feel like he's so scary to like get the ball and he's the guy defending. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's a big dude.
He's a big dude, and he definitely hacks them all the time. Because he did to Jokic.
Yeah.
And he did a few times to Ant last night. There was like one play where he went for a dunk and just he didn't even try to block the ball. He just did hit his arm.
Wow. Yeah, because Ant was so much higher than him.
Yeah.
That was scary, low-key, bro.
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
that why he... No, wait.
No. That was way before. It was way before.
Yeah, that was Caruso as well.
But yeah, he went up for like literally like back scratcher kind of dunk.
Would have been a highlight.
Would have been a highlight. And Lou Dort, to like prevent that from happening, just hit him right here.
Yeah.
But like down, like going downwards. So, I don't know.
It's one of those hits where you could pull someone out of the air and they fall like sideways, like on their back or something.
I was only watching the fourth quarter because my parents went to watch Mission Impossible 5 last night.
How was it?
All right, let's detail Mission Impossible 5.
Man, it's pretty corny, bro. It's a pretty corny movie.
Really?
Yeah.
When was the last good Tom Cruise Mission Impossible?
I think
the one before this one.
Wait, so? I thought I heard it was good.
The one before this one was not bad. It was just another like dad movie, but it was some scenes were kind of tough.
It's always just like
there's that scene where he jumps off the plane with like a bike,
and he does it all himself.
Or like he jumps off the cliff.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
He jumps off the cliff on a like a
I remember that stunt being crazy.
Garcia and I were talking about how like Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise in separate ways are both like equally capable of doing all this stuff in the movies, and that's why they like.
I don't know, bro. I think Tom Cruise is like white Jackie Chan, like.
He jumps like out of planes, does crazy stuff like that. But at the same time, have you seen videos of Keanu Reeves at like a gun range?
It's not the same level.
Yeah, there was this scene in Mission Impossible 5 last night where he was handcuffed like behind his neck to a metal bar.
Yeah.
And he kind of grabs the metal bar and just with core strength like continues to kick his legs up until he goes over the metal bar. It was I didn't like know he was capable of shit.
What? Wait, he did that?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. His feet were in the air and he just kept launching himself up, shimmying up the bar while handcuffed.
How fast?
Like, dude, like in 2 seconds he was like past like a 10, like 15-foot bar.
Like
it was crazy.
That was like attempt 110 in a row where he'd done that.
Yeah, maybe.
He's old too. He's like 50 something.
Yeah, he says he wants to make action movies till he's 100. Wait, okay, let's talk about Nick's.
Yeah.
I kind of want to check out.
I saw that the over/under on Jalen Brunson 28 points. I think that.
Oh, wait! Before we do that, what do you guys think about that series about OKC and Minnesota? Though, who do you guys think is gonna win?
OKC.
After last night,
I would say I saw a dog on TikTok say Minnesota in 6, so I'm gonna go with that.
The one that bounces it with the.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see Minnesota winning, but if they do it, it's gonna be in like 7.
Okay, but the dog said that Minnesota would take the second game in OKC, so that's how I'll know if it's true or not.
Okay.
If they can take the second game, Minnesota in 6.
You know, I'll go with that.
OKC.
If they win the second game, I'll also believe in that dog.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's OKC all the way through.
I don't think Anthony Edwards can rise to the challenge, but I hope.
You don't think he's ready for that? Do you think he will ever be able to?
The highest. The
think
most
so.
3 points made in the NBA this year.
He also shot like
Ridiculous.
so many.
Yeah, he shot a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
But all right, so Minnesota in 6.
Yep.
OKC, you saying how many games?
Maybe OKC in 6, honestly.
OKC in 6.
I could see that too.
I want to say Minnesota in 7 games, but I could see OKC just easily beating them in like maybe 5.
The thing is, if they go to a game 7 in OKC and they haven't won a single home game or taken a single home game from OKC, they're not winning game 7.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's a game 7 for
agree.
OKC, but I think they'd probably close it in 6 if they had the first or the next home game 1.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All
Pacers
right,
next.
Pacers next. The cooler matchup, I think.
Yeah, bro.
I agree. I'm looking forward to the game.
I'm excited to see Tyrese play, bro. The Pacers have just been such a fast offense.
Well, you gotta come a little bit closer, Matthew.
Oh,
the
sorry,
microphone.
sorry.
The microphone.
A faster offense, bro, from the Pacers. It's beautiful.
It is pretty fast. It's just it's another one where there's a lot of guys on the team. They all just fucking run.
Yeah.
But wait, so is that who you're going? They
No.
launch off that turnover.
I'm just saying the Pacers are great, but I think Knicks take it because Jalen Brunson, bro, with the chemistry they have, I don't see. And Karl Anthony Towns, I don't understand trading him from Minnesota because Cat is ridiculous.
Well,
that's pretty great.
That trade has not worked out for them, I think.
Yeah,
but for the Knicks?
Actually, wait. You know what?
Over Julius
Randle has been really good.
Performing
He's been
well.
he's been really good.
Yes.
A little bit better than he normally is.
But would he be doing that well? Like,
but
maybe next season.
Yeah, I just feel like Cat's the longer term.
I feel like he paired better
with
Ant.
Ant.
If he does it this playoffs, then
You know?
it's ultimately worth it. But wait, what were you saying?
He paired better with Ant. Like Cat could have stuck with Ant.
Yeah, I
longer.
agree.
And the chemistry was there. I don't know. But Knicks, they got the chemistry now. So
Knicks?
I go with Knicks over Pacers.
I just think that they're gonna get tired.
The Knicks?
Yeah, because it's always the same style.
They're pretty young core, bro.
No, but it's like I know they're pretty young core, or actually they're not that young. No,
They're
Cat's like what 27, 28.
Yeah.
that's
young. They're young, but they're not.
That's
that
on the
young.
rise still.
I agree. Okay, you know what? I'll
They're
How old is Jalen Brunson?
That's a good question.
Jalen Brunson might be like 20. Wait.
I'm gonna guess 30.
No.
He just turned 30 this year. I'm guessing. I don't know.
28.
He's 28.
Sorry. Yeah, 28.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
he is pretty young. Damn,
30,
that
bro.
excites me. That excites me.
Yeah, I think
Josh Hart.
I think it's a very similar
Bridges.
build to OKC. They're just further along in their development.
How old is Shea?
26.
I don't know.
I think SGA age.
I feel like he hasn't aged since 19.
26 years old. Yeah.
He hasn't looked different at all. I really want the Knicks to win, just because I don't know. I don't like that the Pacers are just all of a sudden turned into the greatest team of all time, just for one playoff run.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere they come to
Yeah,
see.
everybody.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's kind of tragic to see Cavs beat so early after such a historic season.
So
I wanted them to go further.
I'm hoping the Knicks take it all, honestly.
Yeah. Out of the four teams.
Yeah, I think that.
I would be happy if the Knicks won it all.
Yeah.
So wait, do we think the final is Knicks versus OKC for the main part? I'd like to see Knicks versus Timberwolves. Personally,
I don't know. I think Knicks versus Timberwolves is so much more dramatic. You know what I mean? Because both of these teams actually have a reason to kind of hate each other a little bit because they took this other player.
I don't know. I feel like if OKC's
something.
not in the finals, it's a little bit of a disappointment.
true.
Yeah, definitely.
True.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons why I want
they're
that
the villains,
to happen.
and I want to see them get toppled at the end.
Yeah. In their final moments, they can't
Exactly.
get to them.
In the
get
final?
as close as possible.
You want them to lose in the final?
Yeah,
Yeah.
against New York.
Against New York. The thing is, I don't think New York could beat OKC.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
Jalen
too
Brunson
sure
was
about
born
that
to play
either.
basketball. That's all I know.
But I just hope they do.
I hope they do. But to be fair,
I really
didn't think they were
realistically,
gonna
I would bet on OKC. winning
I didn't
it all.
think New York was going to beat Boston, and they did. They beat a fully healthy Boston team, or mostly healthy Boston team.
Who was injured?
Kristaps Porzingis that first game, I think. Those first two games they beat them, right? They were up 2-0.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, because it was in the second round.
Did they-
All of the underdogs won.
Yeah.
They worked in 5?
2.
Yeah,
no. Was it 5 or 6?
I feel like it might have been 5.
It might have been 5.
Let's
Either way, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
It's very, very impressive. So
the returning champions.
Yeah.
Lost like that.
So
Jason Tatum, he broke his...
He tore his Achilles.
Oh, yeah.
That was like game 5?
I saw
game 4?
It was at 3:08, just in the same time frame that Kobe tore his Achilles.
Really?
This game, yeah.
This guy can't do
In
anything
6.
original.
That's exactly what all the comments said.
Oh, really?
It's so unfortunate. Poor Tatum, bro. Low-key. He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. I feel that.
He's corny.
He's probably like just being himself, just trying to be cool or something.
Yeah.
And then he opens the internet, everybody hates him.
He's like trying to be a good dad for his son,
Yeah.
and he typically is in all the shots you see of him, you know.
Oh man, that's rough. Yeah, this guy. I don't know. I want New York to win. Okay, should we move on to the awards? I guess that's
I say we look at the bets for tonight.
I want to say Jalen Brunson's gonna come
whatever
out hot.
Jalen Brunson has.
28.5. I say over.
Over. Yeah,
I say over.
Over. He's at least scoring 30
He's
points.
hot,
tonight.
bro.
They're playing in New York, right?
Yeah. No. Wait. Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
He's at least scoring 30 points tonight. Jalen Brunson. You can put the house on that. Put the house on the over.
Okay. Cat is 22.5. Over or under.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say leave that untouched.
Yeah, don't touch the cat one.
Pascal Siakam 18.5.
I'm gonna say over on the 18.5
Really?
Pascal
Okay.
Siakam. Yeah.
Tyrese 18.5.
I don't know because he's had games where he scores like 11 points.
Yeah, and he just has like 13 assists.
Yeah,
or some
yeah.
shit.
What about Cat over 11.5 rebounds?
I could see that easily.
I could see that.
I could see that. You put the house on the cat 11.5.
Yeah, I think you're losing money if you don't put a bet on that.
You're losing money.
Wait, so let's create a leg right now. Let's create
Josh
the perfect
Hart.
leg.
Josh Hart over. Right now I have 3
parlay.
selected. I have points for Jalen and
Points
Pascal
over for
Siakam.
Jalen.
Yeah.
Points over for Pascal. And points over for,
And
over for rebounds for Cat.
And who you got winning? New York.
And New York
Yeah.
winning.
Assists for Tyrese is 8.5. I say
Over.
over.
Yeah, I say over. I say
I'd be
over.
surprised if he's in the single digits.
Yeah. Let's just start. Look at all the players that are.
Jalen Brunson 7.5 assists. I think over 28.5 points and 8 assists is pretty greedy. So I'm gonna leave that on.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's gonna be swinging that rock as much tonight.
So do you think under 7.5? You think that's a safe
I wouldn't touch it.
Okay.
Just because it's so in the air.
Yeah, he's a hard player to predict.
This is true. Yeah.
Um.
He's so crafty.
Yeah, man.
Brunson.
Yeah.
Brunson. Okay, so I got a 4-leg here.
Imagine
Tyrese over 8.5 on assist.
Okay.
Cat over 11.5 on rebounds.
Okay.
Wait. Sorry, what's Halliburton's assist?
8.5.
8.5.
Over.
Maybe. Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, 8.5. Jalen Brunson 28.5 points up over, and Siakam 18.5 points.
Basically,
That's
these guys
good. That's good.
are gonna ball out.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
These guys, I think, are gonna ball
I
out.
hope.
Are there any like role players in there that got some bets in there?
Yeah.
Who do you want?
OG Anunoby 16.5 points.
I could. I don't know. I'm trying to think of his
Miles
matchup.
Turner.
It would probably be Aaron Nesmith, and Aaron Nesmith is not bad.
For points? He doesn't. Actually, I don't know if. Oh, he is.
I don't know if OG would score that many points.
Aaron Nesmith is 12.5.
12.5.
You think over on that, bro?
I think. I don't know.
I'm gonna leave that untouched.
Josh Hart 13.5 for points.
Yeah,
Over?
I could see him scoring. I could see the over on that.
That's a
See the
pretty
over.
strong bet, though.
I think he's a really.
I'm gonna leave it at a 4-leg.
Josh Hart actually might be an X factor in this series.
860 I'd make on that. With the buck, basically.
Whoa.
That's
That's
not
pretty
bad.
W. That's pretty W.
I think that's doable.
Look,
bro.
we're 8 timings your.
We know for a fact
winnings.
all these. We read
Yeah,
the
yeah.
script,
Yeah, exactly.
and Matt's gonna make $7.
Use my clairvoyance, I think.
Matt's gonna make 760 actually.
And then I can get like
Join our betting Discord.
I can get like most of a Chipotle burrito, guys.
Yeah. All right, now should we go on to the final part, the awards?
Sure.
Yeah. Wait, let's wait for Matt. Let's give it a moment. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, continue.
Okay, so the first award is the bounce back of the year.
Bounce back of the year.
Yeah, maybe someone coming off an injury, maybe someone who just was underperforming where they should have been, and kind of halfway through the season or after halfway, began to show real promise and growth. have an excellent performance.
Are we saying people still in the playoffs or just in general?
For the season.
For the whole season.
Honestly, Chet did a pretty good job fitting into the core after his injury and coming back to OKC and not really like disrupting things too much. Mm-hmm. He did a pretty good job. I don't know if that's my pick, but that's someone I'd like to nominate for the category.
I would say Cade Cunningham. They went from being the worst team.
Yeah.
But that's last season, no?
Yeah,
I'm talking about a bounce back this season.
This season they
Are
started
you just
that.
trying to say Paolo?
No. I think maybe they have to be like
What
have
would
played
you-
enough games. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
So stuff from last season doesn't count.
Hey, it can count if you want it to count.
I'm gonna count it.
All right,
Cade Cunningham's
I'm gonna say Cade Cunningham.
yeah, that's true.
Took his team from one of the worst to like a pretty
A playoff,
solid team.
playoff
Contender.
appearance.
They didn't add
They're
any
not
new
contenders.
pieces.
Yeah, they did. They added Tobias Harris.
Okay.
They had
Off the top of Michael Beasley.
they had Duran the whole time.
Yeah, they had Jalen Duren the whole time. That's pretty much. Oh no, Dennis Schroeder.
Oh yeah, they.
No, you're right. I do got Paulo Banchero as the bounce back of
Really?
the season.
Yeah. Okay. He
Hey, he actually did bounce back a bit, averaging 30 points from
He
the.
bounced back a bit, but it was like
He was
I don't know.
And it wasn't really resulting in much.
Yeah, it wasn't resulting in much.
also. It was kind of like where he was before he left off with the injury. But that's a good bounce off.
I don't know.
Bounce
It
back.
wasn't. It wasn't though. He was averaging like 29
before, and then
No,
he averaged
after.
like 30 after.
after.
Oh, okay.
I bet he was averaging like 27 before.
Okay.
Like he was. I think he was averaging 29. Bro, 8 and 4 maybe.
That's pretty
29
ridiculous.
That is pretty good, but
For what's he?
I'm a
23
bit of
years
a
old.
magic hater, so
Wait,
I'm just gonna-
22 maybe.
22 years old.
He's 22.
Yeah, that's younger than Ant, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're same age.
No, it's like 20.
23 or 22?
23. How old is LaMelo Ball? I was thinking about this today.
Oh, older.
LaMelo
He's like
Ball.
17 still. He's
Um,
been 17 for the last 5 years.
He's still
LaMelo Ball, I
on
want to give
Chino
the
Hills.
award of Ineffective Player of the Year, which is just someone who, looks like they should bring results, but really doesn't
Ant's
have
23,
the
bro.
efficiency
That's
or,
23.
skill to take a team anywhere.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. I was like, I just,
Bro, Paolo is younger than Ant with 29, 8, and 4. Come on.
After the All-Star break.
Come on.
after the All-Star break, that's what his averages?
Yeah,
Yeah.
after the All-Star break.
That is pretty impressive.
Something like that.
And because he got hurt beforehand, right?
Yeah.
That was when he came back from the oblique tear?
He was kind of ass when he came back.
Wait, but let's talk about this LaMelo Ball thing.
Yeah.
You were saying that he's the most ineffective player?
Yeah, maybe him
That's
or...
his award? That's the award?
Yeah,
Most
maybe
ineffective player?
maybe him or like Trae Young. Like someone who
Trae.
who should be a
great player.
like on a better team, honestly. Like should be making their team better, but isn't.
Should be making their team better, but isn't.
Just ineffective. The least valuable, but not really. I wouldn't say that about
Not
them.
least valuable, but like
the least valuable star.
Yeah,
the least
so-
valuable star. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I could see that LaMelo easily.
Yeah, LaMelo just takes ridiculous shots, and it's really cool when you see, like, oh, he was falling over, chucking up a like, logo 3 that swished
It's like Harlem.
They're bad, bro.
Globetrotters.
They're bad. I just don't know what. Yeah, I just don't know what that team is like good at.
Giving it to LaMelo and watching him ISO.
Yeah,
He
30%.
like finds them for long. They tried to trade their center. What's his name?
Mark Williams?
Yeah,
Yeah, they tried
the
to trade Mark
Lakers?
Williams, and then they didn't accept the trade. So now he has.
No, he didn't pass the physical.
He didn't pass the physical.
Yeah.
That's what it was, and they took him back. So that's
Poor
awkward in the
Mark
locker room.
Williams,
So
man,
awkward. Probably for Dalton Connect as
Yeah.
well, right?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the videos of what's it called? LaMelo like driving out of the stadium, and he drives like a bright neon green Lamborghini like SUV.
He's just got some of the worst taste I've ever seen. in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. In the video, bro, he literally speeds off fast. He should not have a license. I think. I don't know. But yeah, he has
seems-
horrible taste.
Yeah, he seems like the type of person to drive ridiculously. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you seen his tattoo? His back tattoo?
No.
The alien? You haven't seen that?
No.
Are you serious?
No.
Wow.
Wait, what are the other ones?
All right, next award, we're gonna go. The old school big man of the year.
Old school big man of the
Oh.
year. Whoa. Okay.
Jared Allen?
Jared Allen.
Strong argument for either of those Cleveland boys.
Maybe-
Evan Mobley.
Maybe. Evan Mobley's not too old school. He shoots.
Goga Baratsi.
Maybe Goga.
That's pretty biased though, as Magic.
Yeah,
They can't throw Paulo out there.
Goga is not there, bro. He's not there.
My fault.
He's not
Even
there.
maybe like Jared Allen or Isaiah Hartenstein. Isaiah Hartenstein.
His floater is actually ridiculous. I don't think I've seen him miss, bro.
No,
From like 8 feet out.
yeah, from like 8 feet out.
floats it in.
He just doesn't miss it.
Every time I'm like, why do you take? Oh,
Yeah.
Who's like an old school big man? Oh, Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren was really good. He's a very old school big man. That guy can't shoot a thing. You know what I mean?
True. That's the thing. One thing with Cleveland bigs is they can still kind of shoot threes.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm trying to think.
Except
who
maybe
else.
Jared Allen not as much as Evan.
No,
Mobley.
Jared Allen is definitely an old school big. I would say.
Yeah.
Low-key, Alperen Şengün.
He passes like ridiculous. It'd be like a Magic type of.
Maybe, but there was like they had like Arvydas Sabonis. He passed it.
Yeah, maybe Sabonis.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh,
feel
Sabonis
no.
also. Sabonis doesn't really shoot it.
Yeah.
I mean, he shoots
It's
like
like-
maybe like 2 a game.
But he
Yeah.
has great efficiency on those shots.
Yeah.
Like,
He does kind of like have his moves in the post to just get free.
yeah.
Kind of Jokic like elbows to get to his spots sometimes.
Was he
Mitchell
leading in
Robinson.
rebounds or was Cat?
I think he was leading
Sabonis,
rebounds. Yeah. Cat had a really good season actually.
Mm-hmm.
Cat had a really good season.
But didn't Julius Randles have like 23.8? I think I was surprised by how many points per game he was averaging.
I don't know if it was 23. I think you're thinking of the playoffs
Oh, okay, maybe.
because the playoffs he turned it up. He's actually good now.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
He's a valuable piece on Minnesota right now, but I did not expect the trade to pay off to any
Oh.
degree.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that Rudy Gobert kicked out his pregnant wife and son out of their home?
Listen, there's got to be good reason for it.
What?
We got to be hearing just part of the story.
True.
You know
That's-
what I mean? Like that's just
but-
it's so random and so like
Extreme.
it's so evil. Like
It is really evil. It's
so
too
evil that
evil
kid-
to like not have like some sort of reasoning.
Bro, he's
That's
already
what I'm saying.
French. They can't just keep giving him these bad raps.
I know,
Okay?
I know. He's just the most unlikable
No,
player.
I'm just kidding. We're not French phobic. Owen's girlfriend's French.
I also have point guard of the year.
Point guard of the year.
Yeah.
Whoa, who's the point guard? Wait, so who are we voting for? A big man.
I'm gonna go Jared Allen.
Jared Allen, big man of the year. I'm gonna go Şengün. I think Şengün's old style big man.
I think I'm gonna go Jared Allen as well.
Okay.
Break the
Okay.
tie.
Okay.
Yeah, point guard though.
Point
Oh
guard.
my God.
That's interesting. I'm trying to think of point guards on the teams right
Like
now.
Kyrie, but he's like, how much did he do on the Mavs once Luka was gone? You know, he was kind of the engine from that point on,
Is
right?
it just SGA? Does that count?
Yeah, okay,
Point guard.
yeah.
I don't
to
know.
me, point guard is really more of like just a real point guard.
I think
SGA
that's
Jalen
exactly a
Brunson.
facilitator. Like,
Jalen
like
Brunson?
best fit. No.
I mean,
no. It does.
Shea did not even average like 6 assists, did he? I don't even know.
Maybe Halliburton then. Truth be
Maybe
told.
yeah. Halliburton's a
To-
really good point facilitator.
'Cause he
Just-
Yeah, he might be him.
He can score. He can pass.
Oh, he did. Okay,
Really.
6.2 assists Shea averaged this season.
Yeah.
Or no, last season.
Oh.
What about this season? I feel like he would probably just
6.4.
he went up 0.2. Okay.
He-
Point guard.
He was pretty good. I think
And
like
then,
like last season. I mean, obviously,
Ty-
I think he was still in the contending for
MVP.
MVP.
Yeah.
Tyrese led all season long in assists. No.
Actually, it might have been like
Tyrese.
Trae Young.
Yeah, Trey Young led
Oh.
assists, and I think Jokic had 2.
Jokic also. I'm gonna go with Tyrese though. I think Tyrese is like the best decision maker with the ball sometimes.
Yeah.
I agree. I think he's had more
this season
10 assist
9.2.
games.
Than anyone else.
No, with like 0 turnovers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He
he's
does not
very-
turn the ball over.
something like
He's
that.
very smart.
And to me, that's
Point guard.
very point guard. Yeah, that's a point guard.
That is.
asset.
I think that is.
You
point
just
guard.
don't turn the ball over.
And you get 10 assists per game, basically.
Yeah, and he also he's
9.2.
not bad on defense. He's
Yeah.
big. He's like what
Yeah.
6'7",
Yeah.
6'6", 6'7". But is the dream dead for players that are under 6 feet?
Under 6 feet.
Yeah, is the
I don't
dream
know.
dead?
Kyrie's
Kyrie's 6'2".
Under 6 feet, you
Yeah,
said? Oh,
under
yeah,
6
it's dead.
feet.
It's dead.
I don't. Was it ever there?
Well, there's some guys. There's like fucking like
You telling me you
Isaiah
not gonna be an
Thomas.
all-star?
Yeah,
Isaiah
but
Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Fred VanVleet's barely 6 feet.
Isaiah Thomas is under.
But but he's not even in the league anymore. But in his prime, he was doing pretty good. But
I feel like you have to become like a James Harden level scoring threat to be.
The problem is I think defensively you can't.
You're
guard.
A liability.
Yeah, you can't guard.
You'd have to be like Curry. Like you can score to such a high magnitude that it doesn't matter your liability.
I would say like if you're just good enough defensively to where like you're just annoying, that's a win.
Like the Caruso effect.
True.
Yeah, like literally the Caruso effect.
But
Josh
I think
Hart type of defense.
Yeah.
I mean Jalen Brunson was a second round pick because
he's short.
Yeah, he's.
But he's like what, 6'2"?
Yeah, not just. I think it was his wingspan more so. I think his wingspan.
He does have a short wingspan.
Yeah, he has a short wingspan, so they were worried about like 6'4".
Is a 6'4" wingspan?
Yeah.
His wingspan is like nearly his height. It's a little bit longer.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was seen. Yeah.
That's wow.
Yeah.
I mean, how much bigger is your wingspan than your height? Like,
no, I don't know. It's just. I mean.
For an NBA player.
For an NBA player, it was seen as a liability.
That's
I guess so. Interesting.
For the final award, also I got.
Shea has a huge wingspan, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what, 6'9"
yeah.
at 6. Oh wait, no. Is it bigger than?
No, I think it's big, bro. I think it's big.
6'11".
Who do you think? Who do you guys think has the biggest wingspan?
What do you? Wemby. I mean, no question.
Oh yeah.
Wemby.
His SGA's wingspan is 6'11".
That's crazy, and he's like 6'7" on.
6'7".
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Maybe it's Giannis.
Manute Bol was the largest overall in the NBA with 8'6" wingspan. What, bro?
That's just,
8'6".
That's absurd.
What's like the longest in the NBA right now?
Probably Wemby. I'm trying to look for it, but yeah, Victor Wembanyama. And he's followed by Eddie in second. And then
who's Eddie?
Zach Eddie.
Oh, you guys say Eddie? Wait, what is
Edie?
Like
my fault.
Oh,
my
okay.
fault. Yeah, the guy in the Grizzlies, and then followed by Rudy Gobert. That's so interesting. The two young kids, and then Rudy Gobert in third.
Interesting. All right, let's continue on to the
Wemby's is 8 foot wingspan.
8 foot. That's so ridiculous.
Zach's is 7'11", and Rudy's is 7'9".
The final award is the Dog of the Year.
Dog of the Year.
This is the Hustle Player. You know?
Hustle Player of the Year. I mean, who's this? Who? Other than Josh Hart, you know what I mean?
Jalen Suggs.
Jalen. Oh,
the Orlando bias coming
You just
out,
want to find a way to squeeze in these little Orlando players.
I feel like he doesn't have enough games played at this point, bro. Like,
last award is for players who are named Anthony Black.
Just because we want Anthony Black to feel appreciated.
A Dog of the Year. I don't even know if I would give it to Jalen Suggs, bro. He's definitely a dog, but
not Dog of the Year.
Not Dog of the
Cole
Year.
Anthony's. I'd say Cole Anthony's more Dog of the Year because he had some ridiculous momentum shifter dunks. That's just like
that's true, but you never know like what you're gonna get from Cole Anthony. I feel like Jalen Suggs when he's on the court,
he's pretty consistent.
The energy level from Orlando is completely different.
I'm trying to think of dogs, bro.
I mean, Josh Hart's like one of the obvious picks.
I think if I had to choose one, it would be Josh Hart.
Josh Hart.
It almost feels like the.
I'm gonna nominate Davion Mitchell, bro.
Okay.
Davion Mitchell's a dog.
Okay.
Who else is a dog? Man, there's a lack of dogs in the NBA nowadays.
Dogs, bro.
You know what? Christian Brown.
Yeah.
Ooh, Christian Brown is kind of a dog.
I could say, but Watson.
Peyton Watson.
He does some defensive work where it's just kind of like put your head down.
Amon Thompson.
Anthony Edwards.
All-Star Thompson.
Anthony Edwards is a dog.
Ooh,
I was thinking about him.
I think that's...
No, I literally thought he would easily get the reward last year. Because the way he dunked last year, because the way he was throwing stuff down. This year, he was taking a little bit more cautious. And he
was a really jump shooter.
Approach.
More of a jump shooter this
year.
I
don't think he was as much of a dog as he was last year.
That might be true. Last year, he had that block where he hit his head on the backboard. That doesn't scream dog. I don't know what does.
Yeah, in the dunk where he was literally throwing it from far away. Come on.
I'm trying to think who else. The Thompson twins are dogs. I'm nominating Tyler Hero also. Tyler Hero and Davion Mitchell.
Let me put Jimmy on there, bro.
Split contention. Oh man, speaking of Jimmy, I got a Jimmy jersey.
Do we think Jimmy Butler would have fully changed the series had he been able to stay in?
I don't know.
Because he got out with that thing on his, what's it called, tailbone, right?
When?
When he fell down hard on his tailbone, didn't that take him out for the series?
In Golden State?
Yeah.
No, he finished.
He
They
finished?
just lost.
Oh.
Yeah, they just lost. He's just...
Man.
I don't know what they're going to do with Jimmy Butler, because now they gave him a ridiculous contract, and
He's not.
he's like 36,
Yeah.
35, 36, something like that.
Yeah.
He's old, bro.
Yeah,
So
I don't
is
know.
Curry.
I don't know what the Golden State plan is looking forward.
They're kind of starting a nursing home.
Can I suggest one last award?
Draymond.
One last
Yeah,
award.
you
Wait,
got
let's
one?
decide for the dog of the year. Who are we going with?
I'm gonna go with Josh Hart.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna go with Josh Hart.
Josh Hart.
Unanimous.
Yeah,
Dog of the year.
unanimous dog of the year. First time ever.
Wow.
I'm gonna nominate the My Favorite Player of the Year award. Or like, it's not. I'm gonna nominate. I'm just gonna suggest that award.
Sabas's favorite player.
No, like your favorite players of the year. This season though. This season, not overall. Like,
Oh, so are we
in
all
the NBA right now,
suggesting
but-
one player separate?
yeah,
Like,
but
we
this,
all make it?
yeah.
You go first.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with. This was interesting. I really don't know. I really liked Zion this year. Watching him play is so fun. It's like
That's really interesting.
I don't know if he's my
How
favorite.
many games did he even play?
He played quite a few this season, but it's like
Wow.
I just
He
wish
made
he was
no
healthy.
waves.
I wish he was healthy because like literally the impact he brings to a game was just it's crazy. It's crazy how much of a gravity
Zion.
that he has. Yeah.
I'm
Zion.
gonna take a different approach with this, and mine's gonna be more controversial. My favorite player, favorite player of the year, Russell Westbrook.
Really?
Yes,
That's
because
just like-
watching throughout the regular season, especially watching the 2-man game between Jokic and Russ, might have been the best 2-man game I've ever watched. Like
Yeah.
watching breakdowns and the intricacies of it, bro, it's just so beautiful. Like they know each other on an MVP level that only those two are thinking about on that court.
That's pretty real.
It's pretty genius.
Actually, I'm also thinking it's for me. It's like between Zion and James Harden.
James Harden.
Yeah, this season he's been so fun to watch. Also,
Yeah, he's just
It's so
He's just old.
it's so boring, but I want to say Jokic.
Really?
I'm so in love with how he plays, bro.
yeah.
I'm so in love with it.
He's just such a ridiculous player. The sidestep Euro for the buzzer beater over who is it?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
He's hit some ridiculous buzzer
Yeah.
beaters, some crazy shots, crazy stat
good.
lines,
He's good.
triple double.
Who was on my fantasy team? I'm trying to think.
Did he average a triple double? Right.
My favorite
By the
player
end?
was definitely on my
I
fantasy.
think so. If not, it was like 9.8 assists or something.
Yeah, but I think it was like
He led the league, or second? Was he second?
he was in
Top
5 or 4 of the
Yeah,
top.
top 3 and 4 categories.
Yeah.
But he looks obviously like he's
Yeah.
he plays so unathletic and he just looks like
Yeah.
shit while he's out there. But
Bro.
I feel like when you really look, it's like
He
there's
averaged,
something magical going on.
he
there really
averaged a
is.
triple double.
He's really good.
He averaged 29.6, 12.7, and 10.2.
MVP. Bro.
Oh, just barely.
A historic season.
Yeah, and
Historic.
I really like. There's nothing to take away from Shea. He's a great player. But if you have a 3-time MVP, who some people argue should already be a 4-time MVP, that got
Oh wow.
that is saying this is my best season
Yeah.
of basketball ever, how can he not be another MVP?
Yeah.
Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Zion only played 30 games, so I'm just gonna revoke his nomination of my
Poor
favorite
Zion.
player.
I was gonna say I
I'm
don't.
just gonna go
remember
with James Harden.
I don't remember seeing much of Zion.
I was those 30 games I watched though, and he's really good. I wish he stayed healthy because he's still only 24.
Yeah,
He's younger than Ja, I think. Also,
yeah. When he's healthy, Jaw's a good mention too. If he could just stop with the bullshit.
I think I might also go Tyrese Maxey for a little bit.
ooh, Tyrese Maxey was
For a little
really,
bit, he
really
had a,
good to watch.
A beautiful run.
Bro, he was like for a solid like 3 weeks straight, just scoring
Oh,
30,
man.
30 plus points in every single game. It was crazy.
That reminded me of Jared McCain, and now I'm sad, bro.
know.
Ooh,
Poor
Jared
Jared
McCain.
McCain.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
excited
out.
to see him next year when he comes
Hopefully
back.
he's all right. Hopefully everything's all right. What happened to him again? It was his ACL.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
Rough.
rookie year, bro.
yeah,
Rookie
bro.
year.
I see like TikToks of him, and he's already back to training, but it's like really, really light stuff. So
At least now it's happening. Now he has
a
he has
team
enough time
help
to
him.
come ready
Yeah.
for the last.
It's just he probably would have
The
took
next
rookie
class.
of the year. No.
For sure.
Maybe, yeah.
No, I don't think
if
any
he kept
rookie
playing.
He was like 23 points through the games he played, right?
Yeah, I don't think.
No, it was like it was a little less than 23 points.
It was like low 20s. It was.
I don't know if even it
was low 20s.
He had a couple like 30-point games.
I don't know. Maybe he had 2. Maybe that was the couple that he had, but I don't think he was 20.
The smallest couple of games.
I would say maybe like 15 points per game. That's how many he was averaging. 15,
okay,
16.
You're right. 15.3. Good.
Okay.
I definitely through a certain period.
Yeah, probably for a stretch.
Maybe for like 3 games straight, he was like scoring 20.
I think there was like a time where like Paul George and Embiid.
Yeah. Oh god, let's talk about disappointment of the year, Embiid, or just Philadelphia as a whole. Philadelphia's definitely the disappointment of the year,
bro.
Oh, I don't even know what to say with that. I think I don't know if his like knees are done, but that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
And what happened?
Really?
I've heard that his knees are done. Yeah.
I think
from sources.
I think it didn't really pan out for him. I think it's over. I mean, he got an MVP. That's pretty fucking insane.
Yeah.
Whether or not he deserved it is one thing, but.
I mean, he had a really good season.
He's a good player.
He is a good player, but
he makes ridiculous shots, and it's hard to guard him.
It's really hard to guard him. I hated watching him though.
Oh yeah, he's.
I hated watching him. If you think Shea's bad,
yeah, no.
Joel Embiid is like,
and he's
3
like,
times worse.
At least like Shea doesn't like hurt anyone. Joel Embiid will like,
fall on you, and he weighs like 320 pounds.
Yeah, I've seen so many clips of him just like
so annoying because he's so like. Even if he doesn't like try to foul bait, like Joel Embiid actually has handles for his size. He has handles and he has like a step back.
Like he could be a ridiculous player if he didn't have that bullshit where he's always foul. He's a good player.
He can shoot it. He can defend.
Yeah.
He can do everything except just stay.
Do you think the like ethics of how someone hoops will factor into their all-time ranking? Like, could you really say like, I don't know, Embiid is like up there because of just how. It feels like immoral. Like.
Well, now we're getting into hoops ethics. You could say the same thing for
SGA.
For like a player like SGA.
But yeah, like
James Harden.
Do you think the foul baiting will factor in, or do you think you just kind of have to look at the numbers and the efficiency, kind of like in a.
To me, it's always like what it leads to, and with Joel Embiid, it doesn't lead to like a win. Sometimes.
That's fair.
Most of the times. I mean, he's never made it to the second round of the playoffs, I think. Or the third round. The finals. So.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Like, if you're a great player in the regular season, but you can never have any success in the postseason, it's just... It doesn't really amount for much at the end of the day. You can't be a great player if you never had postseason success.
Cavs are kind of the
I don't know, because I feel like Jokic is so... absurd in his postseason success. I mean, 1 ring that doesn't really put you in like all time, right? Like most people will be like.
Would you put him above Giannis?
Yeah.
You
put him up. Fair. That's fair.
I think so.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. Did Giannis average a triple-double this year?
No, but Giannis is really good though.
Giannis is really good.
Giannis is like a 2-time MVP.
Defensive, he was one of the only players to ever win Defensive Player of the Year and MVP
in the same season. Yeah.
Talks of Giannis to Orlando
with a
Michael
ring.
Jordan and
with a ring.
Hakeem Olajuwon are the only 3 to do it.
Yeah, Giannis also only has 1 ring though. But still, it's like
that's the thing is it's even harder nowadays to get more and more rings like consistently.
Absolutely,
Golden State might be the last like. For real dynasty we see.
Really? You think so?
In a while.
Like dynasty?
Yeah, unless they... Like, unless we put like Luka, Wemby, and Jokic on a team for some reason. Yeah. I think we're going to see... Like, unless they create Super Teams 2.0, where it's like all-stars or something.
If they don't put if they don't put Jokic with a like all-star player or like a great player in like the next 5 years, I mean...
Who, Giannis or Jokic?
Jokic.
Then they would have wasted.
Yeah, I feel like they would have wasted his talent.
His peak?
Yeah,
he's what, 30?
Yeah, 30, I think.
I thought he was 31.
No, we have a few more years. I feel like Jokic is the type to retire like 33.
That's what I'm saying.
Just like one day he's done.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to do it anymore.
It could be he's 30. It could be after this season, bro. Maybe he's just like, that's enough basketball.
Yeah, it's enough basketball for him. He's made all this money, bro.
He lost the MVP. He didn't get into the finals. Like, He could just be like, "That's it for me."
Try one more season. I hope he comes back even fresher. You know what I mean? I hope I hope he
puts
trains
up even better numbers.
Well, you know what's pretty ridiculous is the like Nuggets coming straight into the series off an OKC 8-day rest. That's what like after it went to a game 7. Like how much could that have rest helped Denver had they had 8 days?
Denver also had like a really bad bench, bro. They have a lot of decisions to make this offseason.
They really do.
Getting rid of Michael Porter Jr.
Bro, he had a bad shoulder. He was, I don't know what he was doing.
Did not affect him, bro.
Have you seen his podcast?
I don't believe it affected
His
him.
podcast.
Yeah. He invites like some crazy guests, bro.
He has a podcast?
Yeah, he invited like the only clips I've only seen like clips. And it was like one of them was with a porn star. Another one was when he invited like a ex-CIA agent. And then another one, he invited like a Black Panther. Or not a Black Panther. I don't know. He invited some weird people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just him in like a folding chair. And it's just, he's like, oh, for real? The whole time.
I just feel like Michael Porter Jr. has more trade value than he's worth. And he could get traded for a better player that suits Jokic better.
A better situation,
Yeah.
I think
I don't know what kind of situation he needs, honestly.
LaMelo Ball and him.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
exactly.
Just chuck up everything.
They look kind of related. They look like they would be cousins.
LaMelo and...
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
What's it called? I think the Milwaukee Bucks are also done for.
Yeah, Dame.
I think
I don't think Giannis is gonna stay.
No. You see him tweet out he loves Florida cities?
He loves Florida cities. Whoa! I know he likes one way more than the other one. I think everyone likes one way more than the other one, and it rhymes with Miami.
Orlando.
Rhymes with Miami.
Portland.
Yeah. Come on, Giannis to Orlando?
Absolutely not.
Bro.
I do not think he wants to play in Orlando at all.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't know who we'd trade for him, and it would like butcher our entire team to trade for Giannis.
It's such a, I don't know, dream. I feel like, I don't know, I saw some mock trades for it.
What was it? It was
get a decent
Anthony
trade.
Black and 1 first-round pick for Giannis.
No, it was it involved Franz.
Oh,
You would trade Franz.
I don't think you should trade Franz.
to keep Paulo and have Paulo and Giannis next to each other.
I'll tell you who to trade. Goga Batadze.
Yeah. I mean, if we're getting Giannis, sure.
Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, it might have to be honestly like Franz
and probably like Cole Anthony. Those are the players I think you guys should trade. I think should be traded from.
Well, if we can't trade Suggs and Cole Anthony,
because
our whole problem this postseason was we had
to get a guard.
I think you gotta get a guard. I think you gotta keep Suggs.
We have no guards because Suggs and Cole Anthony were both hurt throughout the playoffs.
Anthony Black could be a good guard.
Yeah, he
backup guard, but
I think
any team where Jalen Suggs is your point guard is not gonna win.
Maybe not as a main, but if Anthony Black like develops into the main point guard and Jalen Suggs is just there as like the bench point guard, I think it could work.
Bro,
I don't know.
That's
Anthony
a
Black would have to step.
Yeah. You're talking about like all-star Anthony Black. And the odds of that happening.
I see it.
Come on.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I think we're at the 48-minute mark.
Jesus, are you serious?
Yeah. Should we cut it?
Yeah, bro, I'm getting hungry.
All right. Thanks for listening.